Welcome in, Thoughts and Friends podcast, episode 8. The Slurp episode. Episode 8. Talking NFL Week 1, making picks against the spread, breaking down all the games. And 16 of them. Strap in.
Ooh-wee! Full slate of NFL football.
I'm thinking I'm back.
We're so back.
Nice little tone setter. Week 1 of college football felt good.
Yeah. It felt good to get some reps.
Hitting, tackling, running, catching.
I won't lie to you. You were doing some stuff, had some other things going on. I put in, the full
Put in a shift.
Dawn to dusk shift on the couch, did not move. I was fucking exhausted after.
The old 10 a.m. to midnight shift.
I'm not going to lie. It took it out of me. My endurance is not quite there yet, but it was good to get a nice little sweat up week 1.
Yeah.
Get my gambling brain going a little bit. Remember, how many points they score in football and stuff. But it's going to be weird to have to flick back from the college lines to these NFL lines. So, it's a process. It's week 1 for everybody, and we're going to try and get through it.
Than those college games. What's the deal here?
Yeah, all these overs look great. I don't know.
Are you telling me the clock stops or the clock doesn't stop after first downs?
Yeah, I don't know. Suspicious.
I'll have to adjust. Yeah, we'll talk week 1. How'd you do week 1 gambling?
Okay. It's about broke even.
Kids, that's all we're looking to do out here.
Mm-hmm.
We're having fun.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing it for fun.
I think monetarily I was in the red a little bit, but wins and losses I was about even, I think.
I think on the show that we did last week, picks that I made there did pretty well. Mm-hmm. Fired from the hip on a few, didn't do so well. We're week 1 for everyone. We're figuring it out. We'll talk NFL week 1. Anything you want to hit before? Move on to 'cause it's a full slate. It's going to be a long one.
Yeah, it's going to be a long one. No, let's just get right into it. Nothing that interesting going on.
We're recording this. What is tonight? Tuesday.
Tonight is Tuesday. August 7th.
Tuesday evening. We're recording this. We have most of the injury information so far. Thursday night, the defending Super Bowl champs, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, open as 8-point favorites against the Dallas Cowboys. Total is 52. Looks like a slight lean to the Buccaneers. 57% of the money is on them. Coming into this recording, Zach Martin, their all-pro guard, is out on the COVID list. For the Cowboys, it looks like a safety. Jordan Whitehead's going to miss the game with a hamstring injury for Tampa. Other than that, not a lot of notable injury. Gio Bernard's going to play. He was questionable. He had some ankle issues. Chris Godwin was added to the injury report today. I think he'll be fine. I think it was just a maintenance deal. Initial reactions. I think this is the highest line of the week. Is in.
I believe that's the biggest spread according to what I've gathered.
How we feeling?
This feels like too big of a number to me. I understand Tampa's very good, but 8 points in an NFL game would suggest that there is a significant talent gap between these two teams. And, offensively, you got to think these two teams stack up pretty similarly in terms of weapons. The coaching, the system leans Tampa Bay, obviously. And then the defense, obviously, there's a massive advantage for Tampa. To me, the first game of the season, this line is a little too big, and I'm leaning Cowboys, I think.
Dropping a banner. Opening night, dropping a banner. The old championship hangover. We're all clinking glasses, drinking champagne, dropping the Super Bowl banner.
The other thing to remember about this is
typically,
more often than not, most NFL games end up being about a one-score game.
It's a big line.
It just seems that's just kind of rule of thumb. Most games, if you keep track of it, end up right around 10 to 6 to 3, somewhere 10 to 3 point difference.
Yeah, it's a big line. The last we saw of Dallas was them very, very bad. They lost Dak early in the year. Their defense was awful. They ran out a combination of Andy Dalton and Ben DiNucci and the boys. It was ugly. And that's probably in the heads of a lot of gamblers, a lot of public perception. Oh, I just think they're so much better. I'll also go with Dallas. It's not a bet
Wow.
probably for me.
Yeah.
I'll also go with Dallas, too.
I mean, it's first game of the year. I'm going to bet something. But I'm not saying I'll feel good about any of the bets, but I'm just not going to sit there like an idiot and not bet on the game.
I don't like either side of the spread. I kind of like the over. It is a ton of points, 52.
Yeah, 52 is a lot.
Dallas' defense is bad.
Tampa Bay's defense is really good, though.
They got dudes, though. I think that's the most interesting matchup of the night. They do have a safety out, which is helpful. The secondary isn't top tier. Will
Dak even be upright, though, for most of the game?
Yeah, their pass rush is definitely nasty. They are missing an interior lineman, but the rest of the group is back along the front. I kind of like the over. Watching the game, Brad, I'm not going to sit there like an idiot on opening night without a bet. I mean,
what are we doing?
What are we doing here? I'll probably lean to the over.
Number's so high, I think that they know something that I don't know. So in my brain, over.
Reverse engineer, gambling brain, over.
I don't know why
it's a lot more fun. It's more fun.
Yeah, I don't want to sit there and hope for
early in the year. Maybe tackling and defensive assignments, a little
broken plays.
A lot of potential there. I'll lean over.
Yeah.
I'll lean over. We'll move on. We'll move to San Francisco. They travel to Detroit. They are also a very large number on the line. They're -7.5. The total is 45 at this point, and unsurprisingly, I think it might have moved a bit. This line, 70% of the money is on San Francisco on the road in Detroit. It looks like DeAndre Swift is trending towards he's gonna be out there, which they need all the help they can get.
Yeah, Detroit has a lot of guys banged up on top of not having any guys to begin with.
Went to IR, one of their defensive linemen. Yeah, it could be a tough season for Detroit. I will say, last year, the Jacksonville Jaguars won their first game. Very bad team. They didn't win another game all year. Dan Campbell strikes me as a huge rah-rah, run through the brick wall type of get him fired up coach. If that's ever going to work, could it be in week 1?
It could be, but your point on the preview show that Detroit just doesn't have any good players on their team, I think is going to show out here because San Francisco is they're healthy and they have a lot of really good players. Way more talent, usually good.
Sometimes it just comes down to that.
I don't think the heart's going to matter. I think they're all pros and they're all going to probably try pretty hard to win the game.
But if you had to, my point would be, week 1, it might be received on better terms than week 6, 7, 8.
Sure.
We're getting our ass kicked.
Sure.
Coach,
if they weren't playing San Francisco,
it's a bad matchup for that to come through.
I think San Francisco is gonna.
Is also just a weird
they're just gonna
road.
Pound the ball on the ground and defeat them, take the will out of them, beat them into submission. I think they pound it right down their throats for, a full 60 minutes. And Detroit's going to be who we thought they were. I'm taking the Niners.
Yeah, I will too. 7.5. That hook scares me, but 7.5. I'll take the Niners too. Probably not a bet for this one either. It's just such a big number. Screams backdoor and meaningless score late all over it. But for the purpose of the show, we're going to keep track all year of our picks. For the purpose of the show, I'll take San Francisco also. Don't hate an under kind of. Detroit scores like 13 points. San Francisco just has 8-9 minute drives in the second half.
I don't think there's going to be a ton of possessions in this game.
I would probably lean to the under there too. But for the show, I'll take 7.5. Probably not a bet for me.
Yeah, with the under, I would worry about Detroit turning it over a few times. But
yeah, good point. That's definitely on the table.
Yeah, it's a tough game to bet. Both these two first games, I don't have a good feel.
Mostly stay away. Probably not a main TV game. San Francisco, Detroit.
No, I don't think a lot of people are going to be tuning in for that one. That's going to be one that you catch on Red Zone. Probably not even a lot on Red Zone. Probably not going to be a lot going on.
We'll catch flash to Red Zone mid-third quarter as Goff gets strip sacked to the house. Mm-hmm.
Nick Bosa. Oh, my God. He's pulled out a MAGA hat from underneath the goalpost.
Pittsburgh Buffalo.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Buffalo. Buffalo's a 6.5-point favorite. The total is 48.5. A slight lean to Buffalo in this game. 56% of the money is on Buffalo. I am huge on Buffalo this year. I love the roster, love the coaching staff. It is a lot of points. A 6.5. I'll be taking Buffalo. I don't love it. Pittsburgh always just seems to play close games. They have good defense. I do like some of their skill position guys on the other side. And again, probably another no bet, but because these lines, 6.5. I'll lean Buffalo just because they're at home. First game back in the Ralph with fans in a very long time. It's going to be jumping. I'll lean Buffalo in this game. What do you think?
Yeah, it seems like a big number for a team in Pittsburgh that's, got a lot of all-pro players, solid team. Obviously, Buffalo's, after Kansas City, the favorite to go to the Super Bowl out of this conference. But, man, I don't know. It just seems like too many points week one. I guess it's week one for Pittsburgh, too. I think a lot of people am I wrong here that a lot of people think Ben has looked better? He's lost a lot of weight. He looks
slim down.
Congratulations to him for getting into shape when he's 38 years old or whatever.
Yeah, arm looks lively, looks crisp, according to reports. And remember, the last thing, this team was 11-0 or 12-0. The last thing we saw was them crumbling late in the year. Perception is not high on Pittsburgh. Their win total, we were surprised as low as it was. Tomlin is a good coach. I just think the Bills have too much for him. Too good on both sides of the ball. I'll lean Bills here. No real lean on the total. For the show, probably no bet, but for the show I'll take Buffalo at home. The Ralph's going to be jumping.
Yeah, I agree with you. The line is a little too big, but I think Buffalo being at home.
Come through the flaming table with me.
Yeah, being a good team. I think we're going to break some tables. We're going to see some Zubaz pants. Beers will be drank. That one guy's going to get squirted down with ketchup, and Josh Allen's going to be really fired up to go out there and sling that pigskin.
He's a very
baby.
rich Josh Allen now. Very wealthy.
Maybe rest on his laurels. Maybe he'll think he's already made it.
Nah. This is the first interesting game. The next one on the board here to me. Oh, thought my mic was going out. We'll have to cut that in post.
I'm not going to do that.
Seattle -2.5 at Indy, and 70% of the money is on the road favorite Seattle Seahawks in this game. All indications, Carson Wentz is fine. He's going to be playing. All indications, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, that Quentin Nelson is going to be fine. I think the wrong team's favored.
I agree. I think I'm betting Indianapolis money line in this game.
100%.
I think Indianapolis is going to win this game. I think they're at home. I think they've got the better defense, and I think they've got enough firepower on offense to at least match Seattle.
Seattle has the better quarterback. That's it.
Better receivers.
Sure. True.
Better pass catchers for certain.
I think the wrong team is favored.
Indy's got the better offensive line, though. I mean,
offensive line, excellent running back, a game manager plus, depends on what you think of Wentz.
Almost won MVP that one year, remember?
People forget. Blew his leg out, blew his knee out against the Rams. People forget. He was cruising to an MVP. They were like 12-2 or something, 13-2. On his way to MVP. I think Wentz is better than people think. Back with Frank Reich. Good coaching staff, good offensive line, really solid roster, top to bottom, especially on defense. I think the wrong team's favorite. I'm all over, and 70% of the money is on Seattle. I just don't understand.
Indy,
am I missing
baby.
Something?
I don't know. Someone's got to.
Like,
I don't know. Are we stupid? I don't know.
I love Indy. I don't.
Yeah, me too.
At home,
I love them in this spot as well.
Money line. It will be a bet. Money line +2.5. Whatever the number is, I'll be taking. Don't have a real lean on the total, but like Indy a lot.
Same. Agreed. Nothing more to be said.
Fair enough.
Indy, take a money line. Get that little plus money in your pocket.
We'll move on to Arizona at Tennessee. Tennessee is a standard 3-point favorite at home. This is the exact opposite of the last game. The home team is getting 72% of the money. Everyone's on Tennessee in this spot. don't think anyone's out for them. I think Julio has been kind of in bubble wrap all offseason. I think, is going to be playing. Same with A.J. Brown off the offseason knee stuff. Should be fine, and the big dog will eat.
Mm-hmm.
Derrick Henry will be toting it 30 times probably. Tannehill, doing Tannehill things. Vrabel, good coaching staff. I'm not sure where I lean. I'm this whole offseason and since Kingsbury's been in Arizona, have been more on the fraud side of Arizona. Their defense, top to bottom, I didn't give enough credit probably. They have some better playmakers than I gave them credit for, I would say. But I think I lean Tennessee here.
Here's my thoughts on this.
Go ahead.
I think we had very high expectations for Arizona going into last year. Relative to those expectations, they underperformed. People forget they were, a couple snaps away, game away or two from making the playoffs last year. So it's not like they were a bad team last year. I mean, they were a 500, slightly better than 500 team. They missed the playoffs by about a game. So I think a lot of people's perception of them is sort of almost overcorrected. And I think this line might reflect that. I think on paper, these teams are very, very similar, and it should probably be closer to a pick-em. For that reason, I am going to lean the Cardinals.
That's fair. More dynamic, better, just all-around quarterback is with the Cardinals. I'm just not a Kingsbury guy. I just don't think in crunch time, I don't think he's going to.
Tennessee's defense is boo-boo as well.
I really, really like the over in this game.
Uh-huh.
Tennessee's defense stinks.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of points. It's going to be a shootout. As long as Tennessee can score semi-quickly and don't just control the ball for most of the game, but...
Am I on the wrong side?
I like the Cardinals.
Feeling like a fish. Am I on the wrong side here? It's probably going to be a no bet for the folks at home. For the purposes of the show...
The over is going to be a bet, though.
Oh, yeah. Hammer it. Love it. I'm switching. On the fly switching.
We can't be the same on every single one of these picks.
Switching back. I'm on Tennessee. I'm on Tennessee. I have never wavered.
Tighten up.
The defense is going to be humming. Get Will Compton on the phone.
Yeah.
Are we keeping track of these picks? Or are we just gonna?
I'm keeping track of mine. Make sure you're keeping track of yours, and then we'll reconvene at the end.
We'll move to Cincy. We're on to Cincinnati. Minnesota at Cincinnati. Minnesota road favorite of 3.5. The total is 47. Pretty split down the middle on this. Cincinnati actually home dog getting 52% of the money. Slight lean there. I was in general a little low on Minnesota coming into the year. Kind of the same for Cincinnati. I'm not real sure what to make of this game. Week 1, a lot of unknown. Kind of lends itself to just taking the 3 and a hook with a home dog. What are your thoughts on this one?
I'm kind of with you there. I don't like either of these teams. I don't think either team is particularly good. I think, obviously the line reflects that Minnesota is probably a slightly better team. They've got players that have proven that they can contribute to winning on the football field. Cincinnati, I would say, has basically none of those guys yet. Young, talented players, but my initial thought was Minnesota. The 3.5 I don't love, so I think for that reason I'm going to lean Bengals.
Yeah, I'm on the Bengals too. The big X factor in this game is going to be the offensive line for Cincinnati. It is just a mess.
Poor Joe.
One of the guys they brought in the offseason came in out of shape and he was cut, and they're just kind of patchworking. You don't want to be patchworking shit in week 1.
It's professionals. It's the NFL.
Just show up ready to play. It could be bad there.
You work out for a living. That's the whole bit.
I hate the offensive line, but I'll take. I don't love either team, so I'll take the points in that one. Next game, Jets at Carolina Panthers. If you listen to any of our previous shows, huge Panthers guy this year. They're a 5.5-point favorite at home against the Jets, getting 63% of the money. The total is 45. Before we get to the pick for the spread, love the over in this game.
Yeah, it's pretty low.
Love it. Carolina's very young on defense. Zach Wilson looked competent. Could throw it around a bit in the preseason. Don't have don't have a great running game to speak of. I think they might try to exploit the Carolina secondary a bit, throw it around. I think Sam Darnold playing against his old team, a very, very, very bad Jets defense who's depleted already before week 1 even starts. I think he throws it around. Their best weapons are McCaffrey out of the backfield catching passes and DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson. I think it's a definitely over bet for me. As far as the game, it seems kind of like a lot. It's in that odd range where it's more than a field goal, less than a touchdown, kind of like a meaningless, those middle numbers there, 5, 5.5, 6 range. I'll lean Carolina just because I'm so high on them. And I think their offense has a really good day here.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not as high on Carolina, but I'm extremely low on the Jets. I do not foresee them being a good football team. I do not foresee them winning a lot of games. From what I saw, it looked like a lot of public money was on the Jets, which surprised me. I guess that's just because the numbers pretty big for a team that won 6 games last year to be favored by. Yeah, I don't know. Carolina's better on paper. They're at home. It does seem like a lot. I would lean the over. I don't have a strong take on the spread, but for the sake of making the picks, I cannot look myself in the mirror if I pick the Jets, so I will take Carolina.
Rookie quarterback making his first start on the road.
Sam Darnold revenge game, baby.
We're talking revenge.
Revenge.
They made him
looking
look like
for revenge. Hey, new Drake came out. Mid.
Never heard of him.
Meh.
The Jets made him look like a dope. They made him look like an idiot, like a bust.
They're gonna be seeing ghosts after this game.
It's time. It's time to drop 4 scores on these idiots.
Little DFS pick, little Sam Darnold.
We'll stack it up, Robbie. Double revenge.
Robbie DJ.
Double revenge. Robbie Anderson gets deep twice.
Yeah. Spend all your money on McCaffrey. Get a little Darnold in there.
Yeah, run it back.
Huh?
I'm not going to be playing DFS probably, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Kind of like it, actually.
All you DFS players.
We will move to Washington. The Chargers visit Washington. The Chargers are a 1-point road favorite. 58% of the money is on Washington in this game. The total is 44.5. Washington, actually both of these, this is the matchup of trendy preseason darlings. Washington with the nasty defense, bringing in the Fitzmagic to helm the boys. And then on the other side, they made it out of preseason with no injuries on the defense. They got Bosa, I think maybe has a contract thing going on, but I think he's going to be playing. Derwin James, who was out all last year. Patrick Queen doesn't play for them, but Kenneth Murray does, middle linebacker. So they at all levels they have some pretty good players on defense. I like the under in this game. I think it's going to be a real slog. The game is basically pick 'em. Chargers are a 1-point favorite. I don't know. You don't have to know every time, guys. I have no lean. I don't know. I guess the home dog. I don't know. Thoughts?
I think Washington should be favored in this game. 1, because they're the home team. 2, because they're the better defense. They're the more veteran team. I think Chargers, first game with a new coach. It's a little bit interesting. Probably going to iron some things out. I think Washington has an identity. They know exactly who they are and exactly what they want to do. And I think, like you said, with this total being so low, I think a game that is a rock fight or a slog is going to greatly benefit Washington as opposed to the Chargers, who I think want to get up and down a little bit more, want to throw it around. For that reason, I think Washington dominates possession. I think they make it hard for Herbert. I like the football team.
Yeah. Football team, I think I would agree. Should probably be favored. Chargers, it seems like every year. Maybe it's just recently with the quarterback and the sexy defensive players that they got. There's always overvalued, it seems. They're the trendy, like, watch out for them this year team, and I think that's reflected in this line. I'll take Washington as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, the public, they're going to bet on the quarterback, and they've obviously got the quarterback advantage.
Yeah.
I wonder if you looked at this and you looked at every single one of these lines, how many of them does the team with the better quarterback favored?
Well,
Tampa Bay, Dallas. We'll call that a push.
Yeah.
San Fran, Detroit, they have the better quarterback. Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Buffalo has the better quarterback. Seattle, Indy, Seattle has the better quarterback. Tennessee, Arizona has the better quarterback.
Yep.
Minnesota, Cincy, probably at this stage, Minnesota has the better quarterback.
Yeah.
At this stage.
Off the injury, yeah. I'll give it to him.
Week 1 of 2021, they have the better quarterback.
Fine.
Kirk Cousins is the absolute bane of my existence, but
sucks.
I'm an objective football podcaster. Darnold better than Zach Wilson at this stage. Chargers, Herbert better at this stage. So something to keep in mind. Maybe that's just me realizing, hey, if you got the better quarterback, good teams want good quarterback, have good quarterback, win more game. So glad I unearthed that for everybody when we went on that little tangent.
Real deep stuff.
So we're both on the former Skins.
Yeah, we'll take the football team. Probably a no bet from you. I do kind of like the under. Might have a little ched.
I like Washington here. I think I might bet Washington.
Fair enough. All right, let's see. Not sure when the break comes to the afternoon games. Let me check here. We're getting close. All right.
We're getting an even stack week 1, or are we?
No, it's pretty
staggered?
heavy. It's pretty heavy noon games. I think it's 9 games.
Scott Hansen, you son of a bitch.
I think it's pretty heavy. Jacksonville at Houston. Jesus, do we have to? Jacksonville's minus 2.5 at Houston. Totals 44.5. Ty God has been named the Houston starting quarterback. I mean, this team. They're talking about trading like veteran players. Are they going to win a game? It's one of the worst rosters I've ever seen.
It's pretty poopy. They got a few names on there that you're like, oh, yeah, but then you realize that guy's 33 years old.
Boy. Jacksonville, the number 1 overall pick, Jacksonville, is favored on the road in week 1. Yikes.
I'm on the Texans here, baby. I think these guys all know very well this is probably their best chance to win a game all year. Most teams that are going to play it a little vanilla, a little paint by numbers week 1.
Kitchen sink.
Fuck that.
Kitchen sink.
Everything we got, dipsy-do dunkaroos, flea flickers, we're pulling all the stops because we know this is maybe the only time we're going to have a chance to win. I think the boys get going here. I think Urban Meyer, find out if he's a fraud. Trevor Lawrence,
first game for him
maybe
too.
He struggles a little bit in the first half.
Let's not forget, they won 1 game last year.
Jacksonville also fucking stinks.
It's not this roster's good.
No.
They've got some nice players.
They added, a quarterback, a damn good quarterback.
Good. I agree. I think I agree. And in this case, compared to the Detroit Lions, where the rah-rah speech, well, you're playing the Niners. It's not going to work. You're playing Jacksonville.
Playing Jags.
They're beatable.
Absolutely beatable. I like Houston in this spot.
On the field?
Maybe.
Win the game?
As messed up as that sounds, that a team that I, in our preview show, said would probably not win any games.
Boy, they're bad. Oh, they're bad.
I mean, Tyrod, he's at least,
He's
capable
game manager.
Yeah, I mean,
Tyrod.
He's not going to – he might lose him the game in his lack of ability, but not in turning the ball over probably. Yeah, I think that number is too big for Jacksonville, even with Houston being this bad.
The 1-15 Jacksonville Jaguars are favored on the road in week 1.
You got to bet Houston here, I think. I would probably regret that when we actually watch them play, but
I agree.
I think you've got to bet Houston here.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
That's too many points.
No lean on the total. I have no idea there. But I agree. And 55% of the money's on Jacksonville. It just can't.
People bet the quarterback. That's not all that matters.
Their roster is also bad. This could be real ugly. I mean, Jacksonville could.
They could kill him.
They could kill him. I think there's 2 options here. I don't think it's like Jacksonville wins like
Houston outright or Houston loses by 43 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I think Houston on the field or they get beat by like 50.
Yeah. Fucking Skip Bayless gives Trevor Lawrence a golden jacket Monday morning. Yeah. I could see it.
I'll also take Houston. No chance I'm laying points on the road with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
No.
Philadelphia travels to Atlanta. Atlanta, a home favorite of 3 points. The total is 48. Feel kind of similar. I'm also very down on Philly, but feel kind of similar to the previous game we just talked about. Atlanta was awful. They are at home, favored at home. I saw some books. Hey, shop around, kids. Get the best lines. I saw 3.5. I think I would take the points with the Eagles in a huge unknown game. Huge unknowns. Jalen Hurts, is he good at passing?
No.
He can run around. I like the offense and defensive line for Philadelphia. I think that is a positive. Atlanta's so bad. They're so good at losing. I don't think 3. I think 3.5 is too much. We have on our show sheet here 3. I did see 3.5 before we started. I'll take Philly in this game.
So I'm going to this with the assumption that it's -3 is the spread.
I'll -3. I'll take +3. Yeah. I'll be betting +3.5, but for the show purposes, for the line we have, I'll take +3.
I will be picking the Atlanta Falcons. I think Matt Ryan is leaps and bounds a more competent NFL quarterback than Jalen Hurts. Both first-year coaches, but I think I would definitely lean advantage Arthur Smith based on what I know about him and my confidence that he will be a successful NFL head coach. The Sirianni character from Philly, I just not sure he's your guy. Don't think he's the one. Don't think he's going to be around very long. I like Atlanta's weapons on the outside better. I think both these defenses are not very good. I kind of like the over in this game. I like a bit of a track meet indoors, turf. But yeah, I like Atlanta. I'm so low on Philly. I think they're going to be picking in the top 5 this year. I'm super out on them. Slightly less out on Atlanta. I like the Falcons.
Don't forget, Atlanta. Where'd they pick?
4th.
Bad roster. They had some injuries that were key. Deion Jones got hurt. Bad roster. They lose a playmaker in Julio Jones. I don't think Matt Ryan's good anymore. He was great with Kyle Shanahan. He won MVP. A lot of unknowns, 2 pretty bad teams. I'll take the trenches, the big hog mollies up front. I'll take the points in a game of probably 2 pretty bad teams with a lot of unknowns in week 1.
Okay, next
Simple
game.
as that. Green Bay at New Orleans, a.k.a. in Jacksonville, maybe? They're playing this at a neutral site because of hurricane.
Jacksonville's on the road, so it could be.
It's a neutral site game. Green Bay is favored in the neutral site by 3.5 here, and they're getting hammered, it looks like, with public money. 71% of the bets are on Green Bay. The total is 50. I don't know. I feel like just a giant fish just reaching for the hook. But Green Bay is the answer for me. Jameis Winston has won the quarterback job. I'm sure we'll see doses of Taysom Hill. No Michael Thomas in this game. I think I like the under in this game. Not a lot of weapon.
I'm a fish too. I like the Packers.
Okay. Reel me in.
Yeah, boom.
I just can't.
Take the cheese.
With those weapons, I just don't know how they move the ball. I mean, Kamara is going to have his hands full. He's going to have a ton of touches, I assume. They just cut Latavius Murray, which is probably a good thing. He's pretty dusty at this point. No Michael Thomas. They got Callaway and Traquan Smith, and Troutman's injured. They have no real presence over the middle either. I just don't think Jameis is going to be equipped to move the ball that well against this pretty good Packers defense. And Aaron Rodgers is sweet. He's sick. He's gonna move the ball I don't think they'll have too much of a problem. 3.5 doesn't seem like enough to me.
No, I think New Orleans going into this year is one of the more overrated teams in the NFL. I think people are vastly overrating them and basically saying they're the same team as last year, where it's not even close to being the same team as it was last year.
Solid defense. They have a nice roster. I was the one on the picture that picked the under for them, and
I think
that
did
the
too.
Panthers could finish in second place in that division. That's where I'm at on them. I don't think they're that good.
No, I don't think they're very good either. I don't like either of their quarterbacks. I don't think Sean Payton can fix either of their quarterbacks. They also, like you said, have nobody to throw to, which bad quarterback, bad receiver, not a good recipe necessarily. This isn't really super important for this game, but I think like their depth is going to be a huge problem. You kind of see it with Kansas City now. Like once these bills come due, once you're paying all your guys, eventually you can't pay for good backups. You can't pay to have those extra depth guys, and it ends up hurting you. I mean, you even saw last year Kansas City already. They lost both their tackles, and it cost them the Super Bowl. Basically, they had no one that was even close to competent enough to get it done.
Yeah.
These really good teams with these really good offensive weapons that are getting paid a ton. I think New Orleans has kind of passed their window for when they were going to win a Super Bowl, and I think they're, going to hit a trough here.
I agree. I'm on Green Bay. I feel like a giant fish, but I don't think 3.5 is enough. I think they're top to bottom better roster, better quarterback by miles.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take Green Bay. And probably will it'll probably be game of the week, probably on Fox. I would say I'm probably betting Green Bay.
Yeah, I mean it could be the next game also.
True. Oh yeah, surely it is. Cleveland in a rematch, playoff rematch with Kansas City. Chiefs in Arrowhead -6.5. Total is 54.5. It looks like 63% of the money is on the Chiefs early in the week here. Another one, I'm not real sure. I think I might. The Chiefs had a tendency last year to just kind of get by. It is opening week. They'll be juiced up to get the season going and get back out there on opening day in Arrowhead. I'm sure the home crowd will be full and it'll be typical Arrowhead. But last year they just weren't that great against the spread. They had a tendency to kind of let teams hang around, and you don't have to let Cleveland hang around. They're a really good roster, a really good team. I would probably take the points here, and could look stupid, but I really like Cleveland. I like the run game. I think I would probably take the points here. I think the Chiefs could win by a field goal. I think we saw a lot last year, them winning late in games, and I think they could win with a field goal late or a score late to win the game and not cover.
I think Cleveland's getting disrespected here. I think this is too many points. Arrowhead is hard to play in, but Cleveland's gone into hostile environments in the playoffs last year and busted teams up before. I really think that the things Cleveland does well, Kansas City's defense doesn't defend exceedingly well. I think, the in between the hashes in the trenches, Cleveland has a massive advantage, I think. I'm going to probably bet Cleveland, and I'm probably going to put a little sprinkle on them to win outright.
A little sprinkle?
Little sprinkle for them to win outright.
This is you're right. This is the exact team.
Too many damn points. And they're going head to head with the literal Jesus Christ of football, which is, usually you want to be betting on that guy. But, yeah, I don't know. I think Cleveland's getting a little bit disrespected here. I think Kansas City's good, but as we saw in the Super Bowl last year, they're not impervious.
They're
teams that run the ball well, teams that get after the passer, obviously affect them and can make their life kind of difficult.
As we mentioned previously on this show, the Mahomes, the check's coming due. Mahomes is getting his money. Kelsey, Tyreek, Chris Jones. Their depth will be tested for sure.
Their window is right now.
Their depth will be tested. I will also take the points here. I think it's way too much. Total 54.5. Seems a bit high.
Seems too high. For that reason, I think I should bet the over.
Seems too high. I think Cleveland will also try to control the game, take the crowd out of it. Don't have a lean. Don't have a lean on the total. But I think
Under. I changed my mind.
I think I will be betting Cleveland. I don't know about the sprinkle. We'll see. Sprinkle on the money line. But I think I'm on Cleveland too. Miami at New England. New England at home -3. 43.5 is the total. Tua will be starting for the Dolphins, second-year player out of Alabama who played in front of Mac Jones for 3 years, who will be starting for New England. So
fun little storyline. How many times are they going to bring that up on the broadcast, do you think?
More than
over,
none.
under 25 times. That's a little high.
I'll take the over.
Yeah, probably.
I'll take the over. Yeah, I mean they're gonna hammer that into the ground. Division rivals here, probably in my opinion, playing for second, but could be an important game down the road for playoff seeding. You don't want to talk too early about that, but two teams that are going to be fighting for one of the wild card spots, in my opinion. I don't love the line, but I do like the under in this game.
Yeah, it's pretty low, but
Patriots defense could be nasty, although
Miami's defense already nasty.
I think Gilmore is
Not playing.
which is you'd like to have him.
He's a good player.
Good player.
Best cornerback in the league, some would say.
Some would say Jalen Ramsey, though. Now I'm one of those people.
People would say one of those two, probably. If you said anyone else, you'd probably be wrong.
Yeah, probably. I don't have a lean on the line here. Rookie quarterback, first start. He is at home, which helps. Bill Belichick with months to prepare for Tua. Tua could look bad. I hope he doesn't, because I don't dislike him, and he's getting a lot of shit the last year for coming off that injury and playing not great. I kind of hope he looks decent, but he could look really bad. I like New England's defense. I'll go with the Patriots.
I'm going to disagree. I'm going to go with the Finns.
Why?
Because, Bill Belichick's had a whole offseason, a whole year to prepare. So has Tua. Tua's heard the haters. He's heard the doubters. I think we get a little Tua revenge game here. I think we get a little Brian Flores, a little Jedi Padawan.
Good coach.
Little matchup here. Brian Flores, he's just not. He's a good coach. I don't think he's just going to get thoroughly outcoached by Belichick. Rookie quarterback, and he's laying points. I don't love.
At home, that helps. But yeah,
first career start.
Very old quarterback, the old rookie.
Yeah, I don't like New England's offense. I think New England's going to struggle to score. I do also like the under in this game. I think Miami wins in a slobber knocker. Maybe not wins. I think Miami, certainly I like taking the points here. Probably sprinkle Miami to win outright too.
Yeah. I just think at home, I'll stick with New England. I do like the under. I'll probably bet the under in that game. It sounds like a painful under, though. 43.5, just never over. Just till the last dying seconds, you're still sweating that.
That's what we live for.
That'll be painful. Man, am I going to bet on Mac Jones his first start? I think so. Mac Jones might be better than Tua right now. Thoughts?
There's a less than more
You're not
than
a Mac Jones guy, are you?
I'm not a Mac Jones guy. I don't believe he has much upside as a quarterback. I think what he is right now is, roughly about what he's going to be 5 years from now. I don't see him blossoming into a all-pro star quarterback.
They definitely lack weapons on the offensive side. Jonnu Smith, though. Is Hunter Henry playing, do you know?
I think so. He's probably questionable. He'll be questionable for
the next
till he
6 years.
retires.
Yeah. I'll stick with New England at home. I'll just take New England at home. Many have said you don't get rich betting against the Patriots and Bill Belichick.
Except for me.
Have you heard that?
I'm going to do it.
Yeah? All right. Denver at the Giants. Denver's -3 on the road. Teddy Bridgewater will be starting for the Denver Broncos. Won the job over Drew Lock. Unfortunately for the Giants, Daniel Jones will be under center for them in the second year for Joe Judge at head coach. It looks like 58% of the money is on the road favorite Denver Broncos. 42 is the total, very low total. I don't know if Kenny Galladay's playing. I don't know if Saquon Barkley's playing. I think they're both going to be limited.
They're both questionable.
Both limited. Evan Ingram, I think, is very unlikely to play. I think he's dealing with stuff. He's not practicing this week. Didn't get a good vibe from the report on that. The Broncos, I think I made a mistake. I think I like the Broncos.
Me too.
I said it on the pick show. If it was Bridgewater, I'd take the over. If it was Lock, I'd take the under. I took the under, assuming it was Lock. I think I'm in on the Broncos.
I don't remember what I took, but I lean the over now. I think Denver is going to crush the Giants in this game.
Smoke the Giants.
I think they're going to blow their doors off.
I think the Giants could score like 6 points.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I can see Daniel Jones throwing like 3 picks, getting sacked like 5 times.
Yeah.
I think
it's a real money on the – yeah, I think it's real money bet. Like the Broncos.
Yeah, if when this is all over, we should do one lock. That would
you leaning that
that
road
would be
favorite?
That would be in my short list of locks. We're not going to bet like fucking Tampa Bay money line or something for a lock.
Right.
But
No. I mean, I love their offensive line is just a mess right now. Just
West Coast team's got to go east though, dude.
don't care.
Dude, jet lag. Ever heard of it?
Don't care. Really like Denver in this spot. Think the Giants are, I don't know about they're in contention for the first pick, but could be picking in the top 5 or 6. I don't like the team much at all. We'll see if Barkley's able to contribute early. I think he's going to be limited at best early.
They're full-blown mutiny against the coach already.
Yeah,
they're going to be a disaster again.
I really like, you got Von Miller coming back from the injury. Add Surtain to the secondary. I think they could have a really sneaky, really solid defense. I think it's trouble for the Giants. I will take them -3. No real feel on the total. Probably an under, but it's so low. I'm just no feel on that. But I will be betting on the Broncos.
I will be betting on the Broncos to win by at least 4 points.
Sunday night, heading to L.A., our Chicago Bears head to L.A. with the Andy Dalton under center to face the Rams. The Rams are -7.5. 65% of the money is on the Rams. The total is 46. Oh, Andy. Is it one and done for Andy Dalton?
He's going to get killed.
Could get killed.
Aaron Donald's going to snap him over his leg like a Bo Jackson baseball bat.
I hope it gets ugly. I am a fan of the Rams. 7.5, that hook's just so ugly, but I think they might. They might kill him.
I think unfortunately our first Sunday night of the year, we're going to get a bit of a snoozer. We're going to get a thorough beating.
Yeah, I'm on the Rams 7.5. I think Dalton.
We're waiting for Sunday night.
Is Carrie still singing Sunday
I don't
night?
know. I'd hope so.
Yeah, she's good at it. You get the Collinsworth slide for the first time this year.
I forgot. I'm excited. Now here's a guy.
Yeah, I don't think there's any other play. I can't, in good conscience, put money on Andy Dalton to win the football game on the road against a really good team. I think Matt Stafford could light him up. Their secondary's a little shaky. Yeah. Secondary is shaky for Chicago. I think the Rams, big-time coming-out party. Let's get it on Sunday night.
We both picked them to go to the Super Bowl.
Let's score some points.
We got to think they're going to be a dominant team, right?
I think they're going to dominate. No feel on the total. But, what kind of odds would you need to get to have Justin Fields to play a snap in this game?
Not high. I mean, barring an injury, I don't see him getting in the game.
You don't think they could pull Dalton like mid-third quarter?
No, I think
we'll just let him die.
I think they know that Justin Fields will be hit a lot if they put him in this game.
That's probably right.
I think they'll just let Andy Dalton go out on his sword and put him out to pasture like an old horse.
Yeah, I think the Rams win big here.
You ran your last race, Andy.
Let's see. I'll say 34-16 Rams.
So you like the over?
No, not really. 34-10.
Yeah, that's probably about right.
Yeah, right on the number. All right. Monday night. Only one Monday night game this year. Baltimore is a road favorite at Las Vegas. 4-point favorite for the Ravens. The total is 50.5. Let's see here. 57% of the bets are on Baltimore.
Jet lag.
A lot of injuries for Baltimore in the preseason. Both J.K. Dobbins and the other guy, Justice Hill, were injured running backs. Rashad Bateman is going to start the season on the short-term IR. Marquise Brown has been banged up. I think he's okay, though. Mark Andrews is going to be their primary focus in the passing game. Just signed a big contract extension. Shout out. Wet the Beak maybe over here. Biggest fan.
Hey, Mark, do you listen to the pod?
Big fan.
Comment yes below if you're Mark Andrews and you're listening right now.
Mark, slide in my DMs with that $55 million or whatever you just got.
Please.
I think, man, if now that the run, so Gus Edwards is going to lead the run. It's weird to say that, like, if Dobbins and the full stable was there, I think they could just like pound him into submission on the road. Do I like Las Vegas here?
I don't. This is a spot where Baltimore rarely loses to worse teams. In the John Harbaugh era, seemingly teams that they're supposed to beat, they usually beat resoundingly. You know what I mean? It's usually playoff time or whenever it's nut cutting time, and Lamar's kind of got to be a little bit more dynamic passing the ball. In spots like this where they can sort of game plan against them, establish the run, and do whatever they want. I like Baltimore in this spot. I kind of like Baltimore big in this spot. But I also get what you're saying with the injuries. Baltimore strikes me as sort of Patriots light in that I don't really care what players they have to a certain extent.
Good system.
I mean, I don't know, they're just built to win regular season football games.
Good program.
Yeah, they don't usually have too many letdowns in the regular season. Vegas is all over the place. It's just not a good team. Kind of the polar opposite of Baltimore. I like the Ravens.
First time there will be a crowd at Allegiant Stadium. Las Vegas, getting weird. If it was Oakland, I might lean more to the Raiders. Does that sound weird? Like Las Vegas?
Yeah, real fans.
Like Las Vegas is just like...
do they... I mean, they come out for the hockey team. I assume it'll be sold out.
Yeah, I would assume so too. But is it just like...
How rowdy are those? I mean, they're Vegas people. They're
corporate tickets.
They're psychos.
True.
If you live...
people from Oakland will make the trip for opening night probably.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people just aren't. They know. They kind of did the St. Louis thing, and they're not rooting for the Raiders now. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah, they left them. Man, I'm gonna go against my brain here. I will take the +4.
Okay.
With the Raiders. Don't actually really hate it. I'm just gonna plug the nose and take the 4. And
have fun with Derek Carr and his eye.
Don't love it at all.
His mascara.
So that's all 16. Give me a lock. Who's your favorite? I have mine easy.
You go first then.
I just can't fathom why the better roster is almost 3-point underdog at home. I'll take Indy +2.5 as my lock of the week.
Okay. I was thinking that as well.
Yeah, you also mentioned another game.
I mentioned Denver over the Giants.
Yeah. Don't hate that either. I wouldn't hate Green Bay at a neutral site. I just think they're way better. We'll do a favorite or a lock of the week or whatever you want to call it against the spread, and then we can do a survivor pick too.
Okay. This is good podcasting. This is good listening, folks. You like me thinking? You like the sound of that? You like that?
I'm going. Dude, I got you, dude. Watch this professional vamp. I'm going with Indy at home +2.5. Comment down below who you think your lock of the week is.
Who's your lock of the week? Send it to us on Twitter. DM us on Instagram.
We'll drop We'll drop our Twitters in the links down below.
Links below. It's going to be down here.
Check the description
Look at
for
the
the
shit.
links.
Look at all the shit down
You're
there.
supposed to be getting your I'm vamping.
Shit.
I'm vamping here, dude.
Denver -3. Lock of the week. Lock it in. Road favorites. I know. Giants stink. Denver, baby.
Road favorite. They picked in the top 10 last year. They could
I don't
be really
give a
bad.
shit.
All right, he doesn't care. They got Bridgewater under center.
Do I care? Is that what I wanted
For
Denver -3.
We were talking earlier in the day. We'll do a Survivor pick. So Survivor, for those that don't know, is you pick one team each week, and the goal is to win each week, and you can only pick the team one time for the entire year. I'm taking the Rams against the Bears at home on Sunday night as my Survivor pick. So I'm Rams week 1, survive in advance. Who do you like?
I'm going to take another NFC West team. I'm going to take the San Francisco 49ers to beat the Detroit Lions. Feel very good about that happening.
Lions are bad.
49ers,
Lions are
in
bad.
theory, not bad.
I assume it's going to be a very popular, probably the most popular
I think a lot of
For a
people are going to
reason.
take Tampa.
Survivor. Yeah.
Probably a lot of people take Kansas City.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, probably not Green Bay at the neutral site. I'm not sure on that. But yeah, I assume our two picks in
Buffalo.
Kansas City.
A lot of people take
Buffalo
Buffalo.
will be popular picks. Anything else to add before we?
No, I'm so excited.
We're so bad.
I'm so excited.
This is my time.
We just got the I was just talking to the other person that we share our YouTube TV with. The Sunday ticket is loaded, ready to go. Oh, baby. I'm ready to hear Scott Hansen's sweet, sweet voice.
I can already see the red pulsating countdown clock of Red Zone as I'm not sure the music, but the music plays. It's football season, boys. We're there.
We're back. Fans in the stands.
Yeah. Oh man. Before we let the folks at home go, the fans in the stands for the college games.
Electric. It's like watching a different game.
So much better.
That Florida State game was awesome. A bunch of awesome games.
Can we talk about so outside of Virginia Tech and Wisconsin, so Inner Sandman, Jump Around at Wisconsin, what are some? Are there any other big ones? That stuff's maybe it's just because I had a year off of it and I'm just a sucker. And
It rocks.
It rocks.
It's really good.
Fans in the stands changed so much.
Mm-hmm.
Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's so
And
good.
it's going to be the same. Home field advantage is back in the NFL.
I'm ready to see some fat middle-aged men with their
Painted
whole
up.
bodies painted.
Dye my hair.
Oh, man.
Put on shoulder pads with spikes.
Yeah, shoulder pads with spikes, some construction hats with some sort of creature protruding out of the top of it.
Hats made of cheese.
Yeah, cheese hat. Oh, man. I'm ready to see a bunch of people get into fist fights in the stands and put the videos on the internet.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee!
Inject the first flaming table power bomb into my veins at the Ralph. Need it like I need air.
What? Yeah, I picked Buffalo. Buffalo. That place is gonna explode.
Yeah. We'll be doing this show every single week, picking every game against the spread. It doesn't make sense to put it out on Monday, really. I'm not sure when it's going to be coming out. We're recording this on Tuesday.
Thursday
right now.
morning in my head seems like a good time to do it.
Yeah, get it out before the Thursday game. That does make sense. We're going to do 2 shows a week, and the second show is kind of like a roulette wheel. I'm not really sure. We're not really sure what it's going to be at this point. Maybe just talking college football, odds and ends, additional trending topics. Not
Thoughts
sure.
and friends go to the cinema.
Yeah, cinemas.
Talking flicks.
Talking films.
Talking life.
We got to see Shang-Chi. I'm sure that's the next
Shang-Chi, dude.
Shang-Chi. What? Ever.
Don't be racist.
How dare you? We'll probably see that. We'll probably see some other stuff. New stuff at the movies. So we'll break those down.
We're going to be the
Stick
only
around.
podcast with two white guys that talk about the NFL and Marvel movies, dude.
Do people do that?
I think we've tapped into a niche here that could be pretty successful.
This is a new landscape we're in.
Yeah, we're some zig, we're gonna zag.
Yeah, stick around, buckle up, because we're going to the moon.
Yeah, we're gonna get you that sweet, hot, juicy content, baby. Yeah. That's all I got.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. Hey, like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend. Grow the game. Tell them to come hang out become a friend of the Thoughts and Friends.
DM us on Instagram videos of you telling other people about this podcast. We'll play them on the next podcast.
100% we'll do that.
We will absolutely do that.
Over under 0.5 videos.
I'm going to guess under. I'd imagine not that many people are going to listen this far into this podcast. But if they do, and they do send us a video, I don't know, I'll send you like some money or something.
Prove him wrong.
Prove me wrong.
Over 0.5.
Send me a video of you telling someone about this thing.
We'll see you next time on
See you
Thoughts and
next
Friends.
time.